Good morning. Happy freaking Friday to you all. Hope you are doing good. Hello, and welcome to Tash Talks, the live show. How are we all doing? Hope we are all having a fabulous freaking Monday. It's not even Monday. What am I talking about? It's Friday, of course it is. It's Tash Talks live show. It's the only day. It's the only day that we care about. How are we all doing, my beautiful souls? If you're watching this live, please do say hello in the chat box. And of course, if you're watching this on the replay, do hashtag replay so I can see who is tuning in. Welcome to episode 58. That means we have been doing 58 live shows. I mean, how freaking yeah. This is what I'm talking about. So, a few little, let me just click that. Perfect. A few little things before we start. The first thing is, of course, the Tash Talk podcast comes out every single Friday. So this Friday's episode is all about I share with you my actual content strategy to create more sales on IG. Now, there's a huge focus at the moment within content, sales, messaging, all of that. And if you do want to go deeper in this, I'm going to go into it. But if you want to go even more deeper, then I would suggest that you come and join the Badass CEO Club, because this month, something which is called the Summer Sizzle. So over the next 2 months, this month, we're really going to be focusing on your IG feed and how to create converting content, because there's many different lenses of content that you need to be putting out there. And then in July, we're really going to be ramping up the sales when it comes to our IG stories, because 80% of sales come from your stories. So if you are not leveraging stories, this is your sign to be like, what the freaking hell, like this is exactly what we need to be doing. So in this week's episode, I share with you, if you want to double your sales this week, then this is the content strategy you need to be doing. So I break down the content strategy that I do, but not just share with you my show it, solve it, sell method, but I actually break down the lenses of content that you need to be doing. So yes, I'm going to be sharing with you the show section, then I show you the solve section, then I show you the sell section, which are the three main pillars that you need to be putting out there. Underneath them, I show you what pieces of content actually needs to go out into those content pieces. So definitely don't miss that. That's this week's podcast episode, which is juicy. And then got some very exciting news as well. I am doing a live event. I know! This will be, my last event was 4 years, actually over 4 years ago. 4 years ago in March, right? And we're now obviously in June. 4 years ago, with everything with like lockdown, COVID, life got lifing, lots of things. And I've just had this buzz. I don't know about you, but I'm just somebody that, okay, so I actually don't like phone calls. I'm not a phone call person. It drives my best friend mad because she is such a phone call person. I'm such more of a visual person. So I'm going to be busy. If we're speaking on the phone, I'm doing something else. I'm calling Sans, I'm cooking dinner. There's something going on. Whereas if I've got you on FaceTime, it's just me and you. It's just me and you. I'm focused on you. And the same I feel when it's just a different energy. I'd much rather meet a friend in person over a coffee or a glass of wine than I would with a phone call. 1,000,000%. So for me, however much I love my business and I love the fact I teach my clients how to, build successful businesses online, there's nothing better than in person. There's nothing better. I don't know if you're with me or not on this, but with that connection, there's just a different energy when you are meeting people in real life than there is when you're kind of behind a screen, for sure. However potent our coaching sessions are, the live sessions, all of those things, nothing absolutely beats actually being live, right? Literally being able to hug you and being able to like chat in real life, like it's just gonna be epic. So get your diaries at the ready. Saturday the 21st of July is our live event. So venue TBC, but it's going to be somewhere in and around Surrey, so you know that. I mean, why not? Where would it be anywhere else? Surrey's just absolutely beautiful. So, and I definitely want to incorporate that into this live event. Picture this. We're going to have energy clearing. We're going to be able to clear your chakras. We're going to align your energies at literally as soon as you literally walk into the event. You're not going to leave the event a different person. You're going to walk in the better version of yourself, right? Then we're going to dive into the subconscious work, and I'm going to be doing a live RRT session on you. So all you've got to do is bring your limiting belief. That is all I want from you, is your limiting belief, and I am going to melt and clear and shift that shit. Then, of course, there's going to be bubbles. I mean, would it be a Natasha event if there was no bubbles? Absolutely not. There's going to be music. There's going to be movement. We're going to be diving into your strategy and really how we can ramp up and soar the sales this freaking summer. So if you'd love the details, I haven't got a link yet, but send me a DM with the word event and I will have the details for you by end of play today. How about that? So I'm very excited about that. Anyway, let's get into the juice. So in today's session, I really want to be speaking about adding this into your messaging will have your DMs blow up with ideal clients. It's true. So right now you are posting on your stories. Right now you are posting on your feed. Okay. Right now you're probably posting on a few different social medias. Maybe you're over on the TikToks. Maybe you're over on the YouTubing. Maybe you're over on LinkedIn, Twitter. You know, maybe you're all about the vibe, but I really kind of just want to focus this session just on IG for the moment, okay? So let's say you're posting, you're being consistent, you're seeing engagement and people are inquiring and people are buying from you, okay? So we're getting sales, this is working, but really we want to ramp this up. And this is something I see time and time again when I check people's profiles out, because obviously I'm obsessed with it, so I'm always looking. Even with like new people that start to follow me, I instantly like check them out. I'm like scanning them, like, oh yeah, we could do this and we could do that, we could do this, right? And I'm like, this is the one biggest thing that I see missing from so many of those profiles. And it's you. And I know you're probably going to be thinking, yeah, I know you don't. You'll be like, yeah, but I posted. And I'm like, no. Yeah, but I show up on my stories and my face is the camera. I'm like, no, that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is stop sitting on the fence. Just going to say it. I want you to stop sitting on the fence. I want you to stop watering yourself down. I want you to stop being vanilla. Right? Nobody wants vanilla. People want you. They want your personality, your energy, your tone. Is there certain things, like for example, yesterday I was with one of my best friends at the park. Now she's originally from up north. So she says mate a lot. And so much so that when we came home, Santiago asked me something and then said mate at the end of it. Now, it sounds very different. Like when you're from South London, I grew up here and yeah, all right, mate, like that. But this is very different. The way she says it, there's just something about it. It just sounds really, really cool. When I say it does not sound cool. When she says it, it does. Now, if she's not in business, but if she was, I would definitely say that's something she would want to be using. It's like me. I'm always using the word girl. I always go, hey girl, right? I'm always using the word badass. I refer to myself as your girl here just doing this, your girl here doing this, right? I'm very influenced and always have been from like a young age of watching like American shows. So I love that kind of terminology. I love the tonality of it. So that's very much me. So if there's something that you do outside of your business, I don't want you to think that you can't show up on your social media and be you. Like, why do you think I'm coming to your page? It isn't to see anything else bar you. I want to see your energy. And when I say this, you don't have to be, if you're not somebody that's really animated like me and really, don't forget, I'm a performer. I've been performing since the age of 4. So this to me is very, very, this is just who I am. Whereas you might be someone a little bit more like Gabby Bernstein. And she speaks a lot slower than me and potent and takes a lot of pauses. Okay? Now that's so engaging. That would be painful for me to do because I just speak so fast and I'm so freaking excited and I'm like a Duracell battery bunny that I just keep going and going and going, right? That needs to come out with me, like you. So where's you? How can we infuse into your IG today? Not next week, not next month, but today. How can we infuse more of you? What's your opinion? Where's your flavor? What's something that you want to say about the industry or about what it is that you do? What is just something that you just don't literally stand for? And this is something that I teach my clients, that we actually use it as one of the lenses of content, which is the you content, where you actually step into and speak your truth and speak and put across the you. Not everything on your page needs to be about business, right? This morning I put up an Insta story about the fact my family, husband, and friends all find it really, really weird that I have a tuna sandwich for breakfast. They're like, this is disgusting. Like a tuna sandwich is for lunch and it's for dinner. I'm like, to me, I honestly see I'm like, are you okay, Hans? Like, what do you mean there's a problem with me eating a tuna sandwich? My mum's like, in the corner. And I'm like, this is lovely. To me, I'm like, I'm hitting my protein. Your girl is happy, right? So I put that on my Insta stories. Is that to sell something? Is that to like then sneakily bring them into an offer? No, that is just me and my personality. And I just want to engage with my community. I want to ask, am I just a weirdo over here that has a tuna sandwich? Like, call me out. You can call me weird. That's fine. Like, vote on my poll if you haven't already. So can you see, I'm infusing me. Now, you don't have to show anything you don't want to show. Like, you'll notice you'll very, very rarely see my handsome husband, right? He's a showman, but just not a social showman. Like, we'll do it in front of friends and family, and obviously we have a great time together. But on like social media, no, he doesn't really love to be seen. I mean, I sneakily put him up sometimes, and secretly he'll be grand with it. He'll be fine. But no, another non-negotiable for me is Santiago. You will never see Sant's face, ever. Like, that to me is just a personal decision. So when I say I want to see more of you, I don't need to see everything that you don't want to share. You don't have to show the insides of your house. You don't have to show the outside of your house. You don't have to show any of that if you don't want to. But I really want to see more of you come through. You know, the static posts, great, but I want to see more you. And even if the way that you write copy, that is how you're going to stand out. Because you could write the same copy. We could have a template, right? And a template will literally go off for me because I've added my flavor, my energy, my vibe through it, my frequency, my tonality, the words that I use. I'm such an emoji person, so I'll add loads of emojis. And then you could have just written this, and then you're like, how come Tasha's popping off and I'm not? Where's you in that? Yeah, we both got the template, but I added me into it, and I want to see more of you into it. So that's one thing. And what I want you to do today, this is an absolute non-negotiable, I want you to stop consuming. I want you to stop consuming and start creating more. Because what I think is happening is you're so involved in I'm consuming for inspirational reasons. I'm looking at what she's doing and what she's doing and what she's doing. By the end of it, you get exhausted. You're like, oh my God, she's so amazing. I don't think I can even, no. Yes, you can. Stop consuming. Your audience don't want a copy of Natasha Clark. Your audience don't care about Natasha Clark. They care about you. They don't care about that other person that you're stalking, or the fact that she does her aesthetics like this, or the fact that she's done this funny video that went viral, so I must do this funny video. If you're not a funny person, as in you don't like doing those funny, silly videos like me, don't do them. If you're not a miming person, you don't have to do them. See what I mean? So you really want to infuse more of you into it. So I want you to stop consuming, and I want you to create intentional consuming time. So what I mean by this is, and it takes some time, because sometimes I even slip into it a little bit, and I've got to be like, I get my phone up and I'm intentional about, I'm going on to post an Insta story, because it's very tempting. You go on and then something catches your eye, and then you start scrolling. TikTok's the worst for it. You go onto TikTok and next minute you know, you're down a rabbit hole, and you're like, I don't even know what I'm watching right now, right? So you want to be intentional. Okay, so before I even consume anything, excuse me, maybe she's backward sneezing. Before I even consume anything, I have created. I've done I've sold all my stories. I've created my own post, and I'm good to go. Now, once I've finished my work, my business, then I've got some time and I want to create. I want to consume. So then it's intentional, okay? So I want you to stop consuming. If you've got to mute those people, then mute those people, right? So another thing I see so many people do is they go onto somebody else's page, they see what's working, and then they try and replicate that. Now, the reason why that won't work for you and why it's working for her is because she understands why she's doing it. She has a very different audience to the audience you have. She's also a very different person to you. However alike or similar you think you are, you're still very different. So, for example, you could come onto my page, take my content, and then go and create it yourself and be like, well, how come I didn't sell out my launch like Tash did? How come I didn't fill out my one-on-one offers? How come she had 6 people inquire about her live event that she's doing after one story and I've not? That's because my audience are on my page to see me. Your audience are on your page to see you. So what I would say is, instead, understand why I do what I do, why I'm posting that particular piece of content, why I'm adding this to it, why my messaging has flipped from this to this. Understand that why, and that's exactly what I teach inside the Badass CEO Club. So once you understand the why, guess what? You've got the template then to infuse you into it. And that's when it pops off. The reasons why my clients are able to make the money they do from the content they put out isn't because I'm making cardboard cutouts of Natasha Clark. Boring. No. It's because they understand the strategy behind social media, and then they infuse themselves into it. They put their energy, their tone, the way angle they put on it. For example, I saw something, I wanted this reel go viral, and really loved the song, and everyone was doing the same thing with it. And I was like, how can I add more Tash into this? How can I do it? So I think everybody was doing, I'm trying to think what it is now, because I do so, every time I see something, I go, how can I flip this? How can I do this? How can I change this? And I think people were doing speaking to it, and instead I done a dance, or it was a dancing one and I done a speaking to it. I can't remember, but I added my own flavour. So I always look from not what she's doing, what she's doing. If I'm going to see something, I'm like, that's really inspirational, I love that, or I like that audio, or I like what she's done with that. I'll then go and create something, but add my own Tash spin on it. And that's what I want you to do. I want you to add on more of you into your content. And I promise you, from doing this, from this small little tweak, you will then see such an increase in your engagement. When it comes to your Insta stories, you'll start seeing people more vote on your polls. You'll start to see them like double tapping the stickers. You'll start to see them liking, commenting, saving, sharing, and then sliding into your DMs or wanting to work with you. Like, it's an absolute no-brainer. So your task is this. I want you to stop consuming today and creating first and foremost. And then I want you to look down and actually get your journal and go, how can I infuse more me? Who is me? Like, how can I add more of me into it? I done this at the beginning of the week of how can I add more fun into my business, because I'm all about fun, and how can I show more Tash into my business? And one of the things that came up for me was a live event. I was just like, of course, this makes absolute sense. How can I infuse more fun? Oh my God, meeting new people, being at an event, teaching, like giving, like overvalue for people. Yeah, yes, give me some of this for sure. How can I do things differently? Well, that's what I love to do. I'm like, okay, this is what you're used to in a live event. This is what I want to do. I've been to so many different live events where I'm like, I love that. And I've been to so many events where I'm like, no, don't love that, and that is icky. You know, so I know the type of event I want to do, and I want to add Tash into it. So that is your task. I would love for you to send me a DM and let me know how you're getting on with that. And I would love to know how your engagement has skyrocketed from doing this. Remember, you are a freaking badass. Bye-bye.